Hello, everybody. Sorry, I don't have all the cool technology that everybody has where they can just flip back and forth through their cool little screens and such. And Omega went through this, so I'm going to go through this just because I've been to over 50 Native American Hopi Indian dwellings. I've never been to Prophecy Rock, though. That is on my list. It's on my wish list. Anyway, so I'm at crystallinks.com. And this is one of my favorite websites as far as looking at Prophecy Rock. Sorry, I don't have all the cool technology where I can just and I have my mom's computer. I don't usually have a computer that I can do this on, so it's actually kind of nice that I even have a computer that I can do this on now. But anyway, this is Prophecy Rock. This is the petroglyph that's on Prophecy Rock. And you should also look up. Oh my God, I can't get to my throat. Okay, so you should also look up the story of the Blue Kachina. That's for a different day. We'll look up Blue Kachina later. We're talking about Prophecy Rock today. Okay, so this is in Arabi, Arizona. There is a petroglyph known as Prophecy Rock, which symbolizes many Hopi prophecies. Its interpretation is the large human figure on the left is the Great Spirit. Now, every single Native American culture I know that I've studied on talks about the Great Spirit. Sorry, for some reason I can't get my throat to clear today. It's driving me nuts. Has called the Great Spirit. My Native American, have Cherokee in my heritage. My great grandmother was in the Trail of Tears, and my great grandmother was born on the Trail of Tears. And where my family happens to live right now in Missouri, the Trail of Tears comes straight through here. We didn't know that until after we moved here. Anyway, so, and also I'll say before I continue Prophecy Rock that through prayer and studying about the Cherokee people and my family lineage and praying about it, Father Jesus Christ Yeshua has told me that the Cherokee people are a people that the Lord has blessed. So with that being said, that's just the way it is. The Cherokee people are blessed. That's just the way it is. I know that to be true. Okay, near Oribe, Arizona, there is a petroglyph known as Prophecy Rock, which symbolizes many Hopi prophecies. The interpretation is the large human figure on the left is the Great Spirit. The bow in his left hand represents his instructions to the Hopi to lay down their weapons. You can see up here, he's kind of laying it down a little more. You can kind of tell how he's laying it down. The vertical line to the right of the Great Spirit is the time scale in thousands of years. The point at which the Great Spirit touches the line is the time of his return, which I think is right here. Sorry, I don't have all the cool stuff like everybody else does. The life path established by the Great Spirit divides into the lower, narrow path right here. And it talks in the Bible. Oh my God, you stupid computer. It talks about in the Bible about the narrow path. And it also talks about in the Bible how there be many or few that find the narrow path. And many are on the path of destruction. So this is the narrow path. This is the broad path. The narrow path of continuous life and harmony with nature. Here's the plants. And the wide upper road of white man's scientific achievements. That's up here. The bar between the paths above the cross is the coming of the white men, which I think is right here. Because here's the cross. I don't know why they have this and and this on here because this is the cross here and this is the sun right here. Although this little swastika symbol has been on a lot of different petroglyphs that I've seen. So, but as you can see up here, you don't see it. You see it right here and right here. This is the cross. This is the sun right here. Unless it's up here somewhere, but I don't see it. But anyway, it talks about how where were we at? The bar between the paths above the cross is the coming of white man right here. The cross is that of Christianity. The circle below the cross represents the continuous path of life right here. Continuous path of life right here. Geez, you know, I wish, focus. The four small human, sorry guys, I don't have all this cool equipment like everybody else does. The four small human figures on the upper road represent on one level the past three worlds and the present. On another level, the figures indicate that some of the Hopi will travel the white man's path, having been seduced by its glamour. Now, up here it talks about the white man's scientific achievements, and Alpha and Omega was talking about that in the video that I put in the link in the description below, the other video. And I don't know how many times I brought up AI and how all this stuff, what we're leading up to, is going to be the path of our destruction. And it's getting ready to happen here real soon. All this technology, all this digital world, all this virtual reality, all this technology, because we don't want to live in the natural world. We don't want this, which is the narrow path. We don't want the narrow path. We want the easy way. We want the scientific way, which is going to lead to our destruction. So, that's why I live in a travel trailer and travel across the United States, and I live in the forest most of the time on the off seasons because I want to be more connected with nature. I want to stay on the narrow path. And I don't watch movies anymore. I don't play video games anymore. I don't smoke pot anymore. I don't smoke cigarettes anymore. I don't drink anymore. There's a lot of things I don't do anymore that I used to do that was on this path. And the more and more I get on this path, not watching movies, not playing video games, not smoking, not lusting, not any of that stuff, reading my Bible, praying, seeking Jesus Yeshua for answers. I'm getting more and more on this path. Because I am disconnecting from this world. You have to disconnect from the scientific world to get on the narrow path. You really have to get rid of the world. You have to get rid of the lust. You have to get rid of the pornography. You have to get rid of the alcohol, the drugs, the weed, all the stuff that the world is saying, is all good in the hood. It's not all good in the hood. It's not. I mean, it might be good in the hood, but it ain't good if you're trying to get to this narrow path. The narrow path is narrow. Wide is the path that leads to destruction. Narrow is the path. There are few that find it. Few. Especially in these days, since the white man, according to the Hopi. So, the four small human figures on the upper road represent on one level the past three worlds and the present. On another level, the figures indicate that some of the Hopi will travel the white man's path, having been subdued by its glamour. That's sad. The two circles on the lower path of life are the great shaking of the earth. World Wars I and II. Boom, boom. These two circles right here. The swastika, so you think about it. We've been in World War One, World War II. What is this? What is that? Huh. What do you think? The swastika and the sun and the Celtic cross represent the two helpers of Pana, the true white brother. The short line that returns to the straight path of life is the last chance for people to turn back to nature before the upper road disintegrates and dissipates. This line right here represents this is our last chance right here to come back down to the narrow path. This is our last chance. It's your last chance. We are, okay, look, World War I, World War II. This is our last chance, you guys. Our last chance. This is it. Just like Alpha Omega was saying, the time is now. It's now. Now is time. Get on this narrow path. Get on the narrow, straight path. That means get rid of alcohol. Get rid of weed. Get rid of it all. Start praising Jesus, Yeshua HaMashiach. Pray. Seek Jesus, Yeshua HaMashiach. Get rid of all your lusts, pornography, alcohol, weed, cigarettes. Get rid of it. Time is to be focused on the Lord Jesus Christ, Yeshua. We got to stay focused on Him and Him alone in these times. So it's our last chance for people to turn back to nature before the upper road disintegrates and dissipates. And also another thing is, look at the way our earth is dissipating and disintegrating right before our very eyes. And we have nobody but to blame but ourselves. And a lot of people want to say, well, why would God let the earth disintegrate like that? Hello, we're the ones doing it, and we blame everything on God. It's our fault. God gave us a wonderful earth to live on, and instead, we would rather live in virtual reality. We don't want to live in the reality that God gave us. We want to live in virtual reality. We want to live on our phones. We want to live on YouTube or Facebook or PlayStation or whatever. We don't want to live in the reality, the wonderful reality that the Father gave us. And there are, you have to work to plant food, and you have to, to love sometimes comes with sacrifice. People don't want that, though. They don't want real love that comes with sacrifice. They want just, robots. They want sex bots. They don't want, the real love that, you have to actually sacrifice time, and you have to actually sacrifice this and sacrifice that for companionship. No, they want sex robots, which is up in here. Which is the path to destruction. The small circle above the path of life after the last chance is the great purification. This right here, great purification. This is what we're getting ready for. This right here, it's our last chance. This is our last chance. Get right with Jesus Yeshua now. Get right with God right now, because we're getting ready to go into this purification mode. This is also what's called the book of Revelation in the Bible. The small circle above the path of life. After the last chance is the great purification, after which corn will grow in abundance again, and the Great Spirit returns. Who does that sound like? Who returns? Jesus. And the path of life continues forever. Doesn't that sound like the New Jerusalem? The path of life continues forever when heaven comes to earth? Huh. Interesting. The Hopi shield in the lower right corner symbolizes the earth at the four corners area where the Hopi have been reserved. The arms of the cross also represents the four directions. And I also kind of have done some research on the Native American Indian cross, the four directions, in which they migrated according to the instructions of the Great Spirit. So they were also instructed by the Great Spirit to migrate. Doesn't that sound like a story out of the Bible? Like kind of like the Star of Bethlehem? Kind of like, Moses and stuff? Huh. Interesting. The dots represent the four colors of the Hopi corn and the four racial colors of humanity. Huh. Four racial colors of humanity. Huh. So the Great Spirit must love all the colors of the world. Huh. So anyway, I just kind of wanted to go over Prophecy Rock with you guys. Sorry, I don't have all the cool stuff, where I can mount my phone and everything so you can see all this cool stuff. But anyway, you can see it for yourself. It's on crystallinks.com, hopi2.html. So you can see it for yourself on that website. So I just wanted to go through that, and I wanted to let you guys know that we are at this point right now, right here, right now, right here, right now, where this is the last chance. This is the last call. This is the last call, guys. It's the last call. This is your choice. You can either stay on the path of destruction of science and lies and what people try to say is logic, or you can be on the narrow path right here with nature and everlasting life and with the Great Spirit, the Creator. Because this right here leads to destruction. This is destruction. Do you see that? That's destruction. That's what that means. And my personal belief, I believe that some Hebrew people somehow, some way, or maybe Jesus himself, came and told the Hopi people, and this is what the Hopi people drew out of what Jesus, the Great Spirit, told them. Or maybe it was a prophet that Jesus sent to them. But either way, I personally believe that Prophecy Rock was either a prophet sent from Jesus Yeshua himself to tell them about the two paths, or it was Jesus Christ himself. And I read somewhere in an article somewhere, and I can't seem to find it right now for some reason, but about how they said that this guy right here, I think it's the Blue Kachina story, and it talks about how he come down and told them this story, and how his name was Yeshua or Yahweh or something like that. And I need to look that up, and I'm going to try to find the Blue Kachina thing. I've already done my studies on it, but now it's been a while, and I'm just kind of getting back on track here. But anyway, I've been to over 50 Native American Indian dwellings, and Prophecy Rock is definitely on my bucket list. I need to go to Prophecy Rock. It's kind of hard to get into Prophecy Rock. They only let so many people go to Prophecy Rock and you have to have a permit and yada 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 and things like that to get to Prophecy Rock. So it's kind of a lot of loops and swoops and stuff to get to Prophecy Rock when you go to Arizona to get to it. But anyway, I just wanted to come in and talk about Prophecy Rock. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Sorry that, I don't have like a phone mount or anything that I can just, I don't have any cool tech, I don't have no cool tech where I can flip back and forth and everything, I just have my cell phone and my mom's computer right now. And usually when I'm out in the woods and stuff in my camper, I don't have a computer. So I just happen to have my mom's computer right now that I'm able to do this with. So I didn't even know I could go live and get on the computer at the same time, and get on YouTube and stuff on the same account. So, anyway, I just wanted to get on here and I wanted to discuss Prophecy Rock and the Great Spirit and let you know a little bit about my Cherokee Indian heritage. And, thanks for coming in, Fred. Yeah, you seem to always catch the end. Just go to the beginning of the video and check it out if you want. So, but thanks for coming in. Much love. Love and peace, guys.